You guys, the truth is I just had a cup of coffee and I was like, you know what I haven't done in ages? I haven't talked about music on my channel. I know I did a little recap last year, but the truth is there's history with Jake Jones and this YouTube channel that dates back to music reviews. I was live on YouTube. Shit was getting taken down. And now that I'm seeing maybe a little more laxation from YouTube itself, I was sitting here and I was like, what I haven't done is really walk them through the fact that music is still my end-all be-all love. Until the day that I pop on you bitches and become my own pop star, I want to respect some of the other pop stars that are on my list. So before we get started, let's go ahead and follow Jakey B. Jones on Apple Music. As I'm promoting this video, I'm going to go ahead and link that so it's easy for you, because I don't think you're going to find Baby just willy-nilly. But I wanted to walk you guys not only through my 2023 playlist that's on Apple Music. Love for you to follow it. Go check it out. Give me reviews on what you think. Like, this is shit. You are classist. You are tasteless. You're a piece of shit. Or you could be like, okay, it was mid. Either way, I want you to go through. We've got Phoebe as the cover photo because she's the one. So I think I'm going to pull like 5 to 10 songs that are so far impacting me greatly this year, and I just keep going back to
Jake Jones.
My first one is by Adona Daru, and it's called You're a Bitch. And I just want to say, I was popping off with this girl on TikTok for so long. She's a content creator, and I was like, I think everybody was saying this, but she was making videos around white people in the club and the mashups that they do, and she was singing it and doing it all just vocally. And the truth is, it was exceptional, and it really showed off her ability as a vocalist. And then she got into her own music, and I think one thing I see that doesn't translate incredibly well is phenomenal vocalists making phenomenal music, and Adona is somebody that I think is doing that. I think her new EP is a really phenomenal debut. It sounds like she's doing it in a major independent way, which just adds difficulty all throughout it. You're sitting there and you're like, is she leaning on other resources? Is she leaning on people to help her make this? I have no idea. So far, there's 2 tracks from her new EP I adore, and my favorite is You're a Bitch. And let me tell you, choice and instrumental. Like, there's such a simplicity to this track. It harps on so many different pop tropes that are already there, and I'm telling you, she writes it, has a delicacy to her voice where she's not overperforming, but when you get into some of those ad-libs, especially in the second verse, you're like, Jesus Christ, I don't know anybody that could do this. It's so hooky, it's so addicting, it's got, I think, the simplicity of just a great pop track. I want to get to some parts that I just think are so badass. I would say her choice of tone on this track is something that you can keep on repeat. I think when an artist really pays so much attention to their tone and the way they want their tone to translate onto an instrumental, just speaks volumes to their taste. Like, I think Troye Sivan is a great measure of what he does. I think he always nails tone with whatever thing he comes out with, even though I think a lot of people could look at Troye and say, his vocal ability might not have the largest range. His choice in tone shows his skill altogether. And I think Adona is going to be a character that we look at and say, wow, she really knows what she's doing. The second song by her I would recommend this year, and it didn't make the playlist, but it's called Babies, and I think it's phenomenal. Now, Bree Runway. Y'all, Bree Runway this year has blown my mind. I threw out a reel not too long ago, I want to say like 4 months ago, when I first heard a song called Archive Mommy, and it's with Easy Fun as a producer who I fucking adore. I think Easy Fun is phenomenal. There's an aggression to Easy Fun's instrumentals that are just so, I don't know, they get me so hyped beyond belief, but I'm not even going to reflect on Archive Mommy. I'm going to reflect on the song she did with Stormzy, and it's called Pick Your Poison. And I think melodically, lyrically, and what they decided to do with the simplicity, I think I might be in like a simplified version of pop music this year. taking it back, stripping it back, and still finding something that's deemed special has been probably one of the most impressive things I've seen this year so far. And I think Stormzy and Bree Runway have come together this year and created Pick Your Poison, which I just have like the vision of Bad Bunny also hopping on, but I don't know why. There's obviously such a simple chord progression. There's such a simple layer to the instrumental so far. Once Bree gets into the verses on this song, there's a lot of complexity in the melody that I've never really heard on such a simple instrumental, and I think that's what makes this so special. And then that, to me, I was like, she goes into a head voice for quite a bit of it, but comes back down in such cool ways. And to me, it's such a flex on Bree Runway's just versatility. She can fucking sing, she can rap, she has visuals out the ass. I am such a fucking co-signer of Bree Runway, and wherever she decides to go, I know she's going to be independent this year, but I want to take you to the part of this track that just caused me to be addicted like crack cocaine. This right here, the way they decided to play with the melody in this pre-chorus, this is the most addicting, sugary, just additive. This is like the hook of the song for me that really fucking hits. Like I want to wear just really loose white linen on the beach while a gust of wind is taking me off and I'm just showing so much body, and it's like, I know it's stuck on this. Like I just want to go crazy. I want to like wind my waist, but really, really fucking slow, and say like, if it's meant to be and our hearts agree, but for now, yeah, it's just me. Like, I love that. I think lyrically, everything down. So far, the two songs that I've featured so far have a simplicity, but they're adding very special touches, and that's what I'm into. Okay, the next song I want to talk about that really kind of was a standout track for me this year so far, and has made me so excited for the album, is Worms by Ashnikko. That is a song that in March when it came out, I went to Mexico City, I was playing it, I featured it in a bunch of shit, I did dance videos to it, I did like a dumb one-off funny video to it. That instrumental, and her choice of taking the chorus with the deeper tone in her register was so fucking cool to me. Like, it felt so fresh, it felt so new, and it just made me so excited for her record. And Worms is just... Oh wait. Like, to me, that chord progression is so addicting. I'm obviously always gonna be a fan of pop music. It really lives in me. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like a good instrumental, y'all. Like, I think the one theme that's gonna happen throughout this video and where I'm at through this year so far is just something that brings simplicity to the instrumental but feels so classic and legendary. And there's something about, like, if we were in a live festival, right, and I heard like, it's polarizing, it stands out, and then you hit the boom. I gotta say, I'm really fucking excited about Ashnikko's album coming soon, and I don't know why the album got pushed back. I wish it hadn't, but I'm excited to see what's coming, because I want to get a few more big dance tracks. I think she's so fucking talented. I think she's so creative, and yeah, like, so far, all the drops from the album have been pretty decent. I want something that brings the quality that Worms did, because I was like, this is a pop mainstream moment, and she does a lot of pop shit. And I can't wait for what's next. This is a very, very pop-oriented year for me, and I really love that, because pop is making a huge resurgence. The next song I want to talk about this year that's kind of fucking killed me inside and out was a big surprise. It's by an artist named Donna Missal, and she used to be in a very rock-oriented sound, and I had an ex-boyfriend that really loved Donna, and I think I was not finding the qualities in her that he did, and this was years ago. And it's so funny how she has turned into like this pop electro track, and I sit there and I'm like, she's refined her voice and put it on this track so seamlessly. And this is called Out of Me by Donna Missal. I cannot believe how great this song is. I think when we're talking about electro pop, she nailed a dance floor emotional banger. And there's not a thing I would change about this song. I would work out to this song. I've kept this song on repeat so far this year. It led me to follow her into her album, which I thought was a little more mid, but there are some standout tracks on it. And Donna, I just want to say, this sound, where you're going with this, your vocal ability is so fucking impressive. This song, in an audio engineering way, I would not change a single thing to. I think it is so perfect. What? And I'm telling you, it continues to just get more beautiful, more vocally inclined. The instrumental builds, like this to me is what an EDM track is all about. And I think she took so many influences of 90s club bangers, house. I don't know who her producer was on this track, but they just got it right. Like they came together for this song, and it is just emotional and heart-wrenching. It makes you want to shed tears on a dance floor, and that to me, I think I'm starting to realize is the pinnacle of what I want in life. When something can be such an emotional draw, but it also makes me want to pop and twerk my ass cheeks on a floor, what contrasting feelings that come together and are just like heavenly. I don't know what else to say about that. To continue on, I have never heard of this artist before this year, and this was simply me just going through the best new tracks on Apple Music on a Friday morning. Every Friday I'm like there for that new music release. And this was an artist, I saw their album cover and I was like, let's just cue this up and see how this goes. This has such a Caribbean beach element to it, and their choice in melody, like I want to say, I think I'm getting very into this steel drum beach vibe this year. I don't really know what it is. It's taking me to like an aquatics lesson. There's something about it. I just feel like I need to be close to water. This is called Girl Next Door by Tyla, and there is such a beauty to the lyricism that I relate to so far. It's like, don't compare me to the girl next door. And while there's so many factors that make me somewhat look generic and look like the average boy next door, I think there's so many things about me that are not the boy next door. And I resonate with that so much. I know this is written for a different gender, but I'm like, whatever, you know? So I want to highlight this song because I can play this song at any time of day, and it just means a lot to me, and I love it. And there's such an airiness and refreshing feeling from this song. I think that piece right there feels like a huge breath of air for me. And I love it. It just, I know it sounds funny, but it feels like you're getting out of like a fresh shower and just saying like, let's lay low for the evening. What a beautiful choice in like vocal melody. What a beautiful choice. Just reflecting on how great of a vocalist they are. I don't know if it's two women back to back. I think it's just them featured. But Tyla, like, what an incredible choice of melody right there. And showing off your vocals, complementing the instrumental so well. I think there is absolutely a theme that's happening here for me so far this year. Okay, my last two songs. And obviously I love every song that's on this playlist, so I want you to go check it out, please. And please let me know which songs you're resonating with. I have two more songs, and the one that kind of took me by surprise was Miss Kim Petras. I think I have been let down in a pop sense by Kim Petras for years now. I really loved her debut few singles before an EP ever came, before, you know, her album Clarity ever came. I was really drawn to those first like 6, 7 singles that she released back to back. I thought all of those had a lot of quality to them. And then I think I felt as if she lost a lot of quality throughout the way, where I think she was just shitting out pop to shit out pop. This album debuting for her, this is a debut album, and I think there are points of quality on it, but then there's points of recycled things from leaks that happened and albums that got closeted, and that's totally fine. And I obviously don't know what it's like for an artist to sit there and be like, I still want this to be a published piece of art, and I don't care if it was tied to a previous project. I want it out. I can't imagine what that's like, but what was a really incredible shock was a song called Minute by Kim Petras. I think it's the first time I ever felt a true level of intimate love and romance from her. She's very sex positive, which I adore. She's very, let's hook up, have sex, let's be free. And this was a moment where I saw a draw of romance and emotion from her like I've never felt before. And I'm so impressed by how she performed vocally on this song. I would say the average person would listen to this vocal performance and say there's not much other than like the pop mid range of vocals that women usually get right, but there is a closeness in her vocal performance that fits the body of the lyricism so well. And I think that is something that is such a gift if I hear. Like, if somebody is portraying what the meaning of their lyrics are saying to the feeling of how they're performing, that is just a perfect match for me. And I think in Minute, that's how it's done. Tell me that isn't a simple but very classic and incredible, like, emotional choice in piano melody. And I just want to say a huge round of applause to Kim for creating a song that gives me such an incredible feeling. I think that's really, really hard to do, and I'm curious if you guys have heard Minute, if you agree. I just think the song's like boom, boom. I would love to get to like one of my favorite parts because I just want to fucking break down on a dance floor to this. Wait, let's see if this is... Okay, I'm sorry. I did too much. That was too lit. That was too lit. My last song, I know this is long, bong, is about a man I was talking about not too long ago. Mr. Troye Sivan with Rush. This fucking track has lead single greatness written all over it. This song is truly something you hear in a club on a dance floor and you're like, I feel the rush, ? Am I a slut now? Am I all of a sudden cruising on a dance floor? I don't know. But the warm, like, reverbed bass on this, like the incredible choice of autotune on his vocals for this track, makes me want to wind my waist, but also... I'm sorry, I don't do drugs, but for some reason, I'm feeling the rush right now. Trust the simulation. I just think there's nothing I would change about this track. I even think down to the chorus of this like low, kind of like very masculine, manly chant balanced by his choice in falsetto of like, feel so good, so good. Like all that, to me, was such a good balance. And it has this like back and forth banter on the chorus that also aligns with the back and forth of the instrumental, just wanting you to swing and dance. It's so fucking good. And I think Mr. Troye has a huge hit on his hands with this. I think we all know this. The embodiment of a phenomenal visual like this music video only perpetuates the greatness of Troye as a musician, the greatness of the producers and the writers on this track. Like, I'm just proud of Troye. I really fucking love him. I think he's embodying the gay male experience in pop music so well. I just admire him so much, and I would love to work with him someday. I swear to God. Babies, that was my top choices so far this year. We're at like a halfway point in this year. I wanted to let you guys know what I was feeling. So many common themes. I obviously want to be in the sun. I obviously want to be on a beach. I'm loving this like very refreshing dance pop. This has been a very pop heavy year for me. And I couldn't be happier. I'm a little pop boy at the end of it all, but I would love for you guys to follow my journey of what I've been loving this year. That 2023 playlist I have up on Apple Music. Follow it, I'll post it, and please let me know what you guys think. I would love some input on like, your taste is trash, or your taste is like kind of fuego, you should make your own music. And I'm like, what? What? I should make music? What? Yeah, I would love to do that someday. So I need to stop sitting on my ass, and I need to find a pop producer that wants to have sex with me musically. I'll leave that there. Love you guys.